business, and I want to learn from you how you manage your finances.
Okay. I think I'm surrounded by very real people who always shoot me down when I try to live beyond my means. I really believe in living within your means. It's something that I try to practice, and even getting into marriage, I think I met a partner who also believed in budgeting, in saving, and we are not about the biggest car or the best looking house. Our house is really just a normal house, small little house, and we are planning to build. And so we decided, instead of moving into this grand 4-bedroom mansion that maybe we could afford, why don't we save up to build? The reality is that Zambia is a very different market from the other markets. So you really have to live within your means. And as you are starting your business, remember that you have to sacrifice. You can't go out as much as you want to go out. I had to learn how to, not that I didn't know how to cook, but I had to learn how to cook a bit better because, well, I realized we couldn't afford to always go out. So we don't go out as much to eat because we eat the good food at home. You realize that 150 kwacha will buy you one steak in a restaurant. That 150 kwacha will buy you really nice 4 to 5 steaks in Food Lovers of cured meat. Like really, not cured meat. What's the word for good meat? Matured meat, eh? Married to someone in the industry, hospitality. So, it'll buy you 4 good steaks, and we have a great steak at home, and I'll cook a meal that should look like that meal that we would have eaten out. So, we try to save as much as we can and literally live within our means. I mean, if you live 4 people, I know people who drive really expensive cars and literally their pay goes to putting in fuel. And I'm sorry, I don't want to live that life. They are sending the kids to the most expensive schools and they're in loans, and they're, I don't want that. A good example, we got married and had 40 people at our first wedding because we couldn't afford the big wedding at the time. And so we spent some time, saving so that we could pay for what we could afford.
Yeah. So was there a second wedding? Because you said first.
Yeah, there was. And I think that's what you saw on social media and all that. And I must mention that if there's something that I try to do, even on my social media pages, I realize with influence, we have power to influence people. And I try to be as realistic as I can about, listen, I know this looks like it was flashy, but I got deals. So I'm being very honest with my following because we have a responsibility to them. And I think sometimes a lot of known people forget the responsibility they have to their following because, I think you're not just creating a Facebook page. Even your personal profile, you have a responsibility to your friends and family that are following you to do something that will impact them positively. Okay, so I feel that heavy burden of responsibility to my following to be real about certain decisions so that they are not fooled to believe, oh, she's okay with this. I remember people being shocked about, oh, she got pregnant the first time and she was on a magazine cover. And I said, I have to be real. I have a responsibility to my following to be real about this, what happened. I didn't get married. The guy went, I have to be extremely real so that people try not to make the same mistakes I made, So yeah, even with budgeting, honey, live within your means. Yeah, if it means you're just going to eat shima and veggies and soup like I did. One time my maid had to bring me a chicken and said, but madam, ngajeko nkuku mwanzi. But at that time, the truth is I couldn't afford. I couldn't afford anything else, but I grew vegetables in my garden. I had rep, I had tomato, I had milli meal. I ate. I didn't die. So let's just be real.